Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new and returning, welcome back. If you're new and you have not subscribed and you like what you see today, please push the subscribe button and do like and comment. It means everything. It's incredibly supportive, and it is actually the way in YouTube that you can progress to make a livelihood out of it. And in the not too distant future, that's my entire goal. After many years of doing readings, I want it to solely be what I do when I'm no longer able to be a massage therapist, which I've done for almost 20 years. So I say enough. I'm going to be doing this reading for the sign of Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Do be sure and check out your moon and rising if it's different, and you're curious about the other aspects of your life and how that affects you. I always enjoy doing that, and it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you resonate way more with your moon and rising sign or ascendant than you do your sun sign. And this is for the month of June, so I'm starting early, so I'll be finished, and you'll have something to kind of prepare for. If you are reading and watching today, I should say, you can also then check back at the end of the month and see just how much it resonates with you. And as I shuffle a little bit longer, Aries, bear with me, because I just want to share with you some very prominent and strong energies planetary-wise for the month of June. And it starts with the full lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on June 5th. Now, you may not have heard it, but they like to label the eclipses as moon on steroids. It has a huge effect on our lives, and that's relative to, once again, your natal chart, where Sagittarius may fall in your natal birth chart. Also, it affects everybody in general under the same theme of the characteristics of Sagittarius. For example, Sagittarians represent truth and higher knowledge, learning, anything you can learn and digest and help you to create a better understanding with what's happening both inside of yourself and externally is super crucial for you. It's about the law and justice and teaching and classes and all sorts of things. Yeah, higher learning, very important. These things are going to transform like never before now in 2020. And we just happen to have had the North and South node changing after quite some time. And the South node is also in Sagittarius. So that's that. And then you have the new moon eclipse happening June 21st, which is also the solar, I apologize, the first day of summer solstice. So there's a lot, so much happening. And then lastly, we have the Mercury retrograde, our favorite retrograde planet. That has to do with communication and transportation. And, you know, there'll be some confusion in regards to that. It's okay if you know that and you're prepared and you understand you are not alone. And it lasts through July, and then moving forward, everything should be fine. Just double check things, review stuff that you already have in motion. You know, you might want to buy a new car. I wouldn't advise it. Hold off if you can. It does pertain to transportation of all kinds, specifically being with the eclipses in Sagittarius. Another aspect and trait of Sagittarian is transportation. So I've said enough, and it's time to read your reading. So I like to do the tarot readings under 4 major categories for the month. I will also be incorporating 3 of my beautiful oracles for messages specifically for you, Aries, for the month of June. And the deck I'm using today is the Tarot with Witches. And I've used it in the recent past. I love it a lot. It has a good feel to it. And of course, they're always white, loving, higher vibrational witches. So the first category that we'll be reading under for you is under the category of overall energy for the month. And the bottom card right now, oh, fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Your foundation, Aries, is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is one of the most beautiful and prosperous cards you can get. The Pentacles represents coins. They represent our daily fundamental things that are important to us, our jobs, our finances, our families. You know, it's an earth element, so it's very grounded, very practical. And the 10 is the most beautiful message I guess you could get for finances, other than the King and Queen, which in itself, no, I still like the 10 for you. I really do. It's just saying that, you know, finances are coming back. They're changing. They're evolving. And for you, Aries, apparently this has been okay and it hasn't really been affecting a lot of the Aries. Of course, it's going to affect some. This is a very general reading. But things are absolutely looking great. And you've made investments that were wise. And you continue to do so. So congratulations on that. So it's good to have a beautiful foundation, right, in all aspects of our life. So the second category is going to be under the category of possible blessings. Wow. Or obstacles. Interesting. Third category under the category of love. And the fourth category under the category of finances. Wow, what a beautiful month. I'm telling you what, with the changes in air from Capricorn and Earth from the beginning, though we have a couple of planets retrograding, Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn again till, I don't know exactly, but the air is lifting and moving things, and it's not as stuck, and it's not as pragmatic, and it's not as you know, structured, I guess you could say. It's got more room for evolution and changes and ideas and inspiration. And with you being the Aries, of course, you're the number one astrology sign. So that represents, you know, innovation and newness and beginnings. And boy, let me tell you, those eclipses will change things in a heartbeat and end things, and they'll begin things at the same time. So expect changes and expect them to be positive. So let's start with the first card, which is the overall energy for the month. You have the 7 of Cups. There's a lot of emotion going on with you, Aries, and you're a fire sign. You know, you are the, like I said, the innovator. You make things happen. You make a decision and you make it happen. You bring it to the forefront. You bring it into action. Emotionally, this is the Cups, the Scorpios, Pisces, and Cancers. You may very well be in connection with one of those signs that's, you know, very important to you on an emotional level. However, the 7 of Cups gives you many, many options, Aries, and that's the main thing about this card and its description. It lends you to understand you have a lot of options, but best for you to pick one. Focus on the one that matters the most and put that intention out there, because that, with the eclipses, will come into fruition. And by the way, the eclipses can last 3 to 6 months in their power and integrity. So just be aware of what you're wanting. Sit with it and, you know, put your heart and soul into whatever it is, because the emotional aspect is about the heart. And believe, you know, and I know you have that kind of energy about you, which I love. I love your inspired effect that you have on people around you and your circumstances. So fantastic for the overall energy for the month. Make sure that you don't get too sensitive. The moons can do that. Obviously, retrogrades affect so many things, but we do have Venus in retrograde right now through, I think, the 25th of July. So that's affecting our love. That's affecting our relationships, you know, with everybody right now. So the emotions there, make sure that we're being careful and watching how we communicate, you know, with that retrograde and Mercury coming along. Things might be said but don't mean to. Just being a little more mindful of that is always a good invitation. The second being the overall possible blessings or obstacles. 8 of Cups. Okay, so you have something you're feeling you need to walk away from emotionally. You've been under, I would say, more duress. I think a lot of us have. You're willing to let that go, though. You don't want to hold on to that. You are starting a new cycle, Aries. You may be moving or have moved. With the travel aspect of the eclipses, it feels very, being a fire sign like yourself with Sagittarius, there's going to be a very wonderful, synchronistic, kind of a beautiful energy that works with you. But it does have to do with travel and such. You're moving away from things, if not literally, in your mind, letting go of the past and the things that never really served you to begin with. I like that, and it's strong. And once again, it has to do with your heart. And you know what that is, and you know what that means. And I'm happy to see that, because I think we all need to be doing that and reviewing all this with this retrograde season we are in and have been for a while, a little bit now. The next is under the category of love, which is the Empress, number 3. Well, the Empress basically exemplifies complete and total love. I mean, it is the epitome of love. It is the all. It is the whole of everything, you know, our connectedness with everything and the open-heartedness for, I mean, in another card, you recognize that there's a woman with child, so the birthing of newness and freshness and inspiration towards ideas and relationships and love. You may be changing your mind and ideas and beliefs about love. And Aries are pretty independent, so maybe you're deciding that you're opening your heart to solidifying a specific relationship. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy for you, especially having to do with love. And it could be with love of yourself and your self-empowerment. It can be with family members, children. If there's issues, you know, and they're going to come up, like I said, during retrogrades, they can be cleared and rectified, and wounds can be healed. Karmic things happen with the eclipses. It's a beautiful, beautiful time for all of us. But this is about you, Aries. Love it. Congratulations on that. And then last but not least, the finances. 2 of Swords. That's talking about your, no, Ace. Nope, 2. I have my finger over it, excuse me. Swords are our thoughts, you know, there are decisions. Swords are representative of the element of air, which is Gemini, Aquarians, and Libras, and they are very much about their minds and their intellect and their ability to communicate. So we have 3 planets in Gemini right now. We're in Sun season Gemini. Mercury is still in Gemini. I don't think it's changed yet. It might have just changed, but it's been in Gemini. And then we have, my goodness, what am I thinking here? Well, Venus, retrograde. And I'm trying to think of the 4th, but it's okay. There's a lot of emphasis on Gemini right now. Finances, people talking to you, having partnerships, working through things with your significant other in regards to money, and really finding out the truth about it, you know, sorting through all this controversy and things on the outer world, but going inward once again in the retrograde season. And really coming to a decision that you feel is good for you, not overstimulating your mind too much, not overthinking something, but sitting with the ideas and knowing you have a partnership and stability here, and truth and justice will prevail. Those are the characteristics of air quality. And they're very, very uplifting for fire. You know, air and fire qualities, elements together work very, very well. So I like that. We're getting some things happening. You know, the movement's there. I mentioned at the bottom, though, at the deck, of course, you have the 10 of Pentacles, and that's financial abundance. It's on its way if it hasn't already arrived. And that's extremely great right now because there's a lot of delays in that as well. Well, that's passing now. And it could probably happen quicker than you think. So perhaps you know of this partnership you're speaking of or thinking of. It's going to be a positive though. You'll make the right choices, Aries. I trust and believe in you. Trust in yourself. Very beautiful. Yeah, Mercury. You've got the foot and the Mercury there. That represents the communication aspect of this, which is the Gemini. Mercury, Gemini is ruled by the planet of Mercury. So good stuff. Good communication. Even during retrogrades, you certainly are capable. You just have to kind of... I'm having a hard time talking during my videos in the last little bit of time with all the retrogrades, and especially when it has a Mercury, it always affects me a great deal. Not really sure why, but I persevere because you got to do that with these things. Life goes on. And so I'm going to pull for you your special, beautiful message from the Super Attractor Manifestation card, pulling and understanding the ability we have to create an amazing life for ourselves when we feel it, trust it, and believe it. And then I'll pull one for you for the month of June, specifically under the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Amazing, fantastically supportive and loving energy messages that come through for you. And then I'll finish with your angel, Healing with the Angels by Dorian Virtue message. Just for you, Aries, in the month, all the beautiful Aries in the month of June. Ha. All right, so let's start with your beautiful Super Attractor Manifestation message and mantra for the month. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Look at the sun. Look at the vibrancy. Look at you. Look at who you are. You are the sun. You are the energy. You are the element of fire. You can make things happen for yourself and believe it and hold that in your heart with everything that you are and align yourself to your spirituality. That mystical, beautiful aspect that's ever present in all of our lives. Next, you have the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Spiral Dancer. Circuitous route perception. Circuitous route, excuse me, I'm not sure of that word. Perception. Beautiful card. Number 5 in numerology. Transformation. Working through challenges. My goodness, that's a refreshing, beautiful thought right there. Let me read to you what it says specifically from the booklet. And it says, the spiral dancer moves within her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share, even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions. All the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. Wow, I was getting some really incredibly energetic pulls with that reading. You know, because you are, once again, you are a leader. You are beautiful when it comes to giving your all and your love and when it comes to everything, but also in relationships, you know, with the experiences I've had with Aries. My father was an Aries. God rest his soul. But know that you don't have to always be in the lead, that you can definitely kind of sit back and allow this dance with your partner to transpire in the right ways. And it will. And you'll know that. And ironically and funny, as a closing card from the angel, Healing with the Angels, you have romance. So romance is alive. It's been in you since the time you were born. And if you're already in a relationship, it's only getting stronger with new avenues and new doors approaching you. If you're not, I feel like you're changing your thoughts and you're more open to what that's about, and just literally saying, I open my heart to the possibilities. And see what comes in for you, Aries. You're so deserving, and you're lovable, and you have a wonderful reading, and I'm so glad to see that. Things are moving, as we know, and life, as we've noted, is changing, but it's always going to be for our better, and we do need to trust in that. You know, I wish you incredible month of June. Take great care of yourself, and come back and visit, okay? Thanks again. Bye-bye.